Hello, welcome to My Life in Spain. My name is Mark, and today we're going to make a Spanish tapa from Murcia called Magro con Tomate. Basically, it's lean pork, in Spain it's called lomo. I'm not sure what it's called in America or England, but it's lean pork, not fatty. It's not solomillo, it's not the tenderloin. It's just the white meat of pork without all the fat. With onions, green pepper, white wine, and tomato sauce. It's a really simple tapa. It's hugely popular throughout Spain and is especially a tapa of choice in the colder months. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see, I've got all my ingredients here. 300 grams of lean pork, a small onion, 1 clove of garlic. Most people would put 2 or 3 cloves in, but I'm not all that keen on garlic, so I only use 1. And 1 small diced red bell pepper. Now this is the secret to it. It's tomato casero. This also has onions in. That's why I only used a small onion. Now this is hugely popular in Spain. This tomato sauce that you can buy in the store. Now I chose this one, the Gallina Blanca, because one of the leading newspapers, I think it was either El País or El Mundo, did a review and they put down what were their favorite tomato fritos in all the supermarkets, and this one won because it's 100% natural. There's nothing added to it. There's no additives, no preservatives, nothing. 100% natural. It's just tomatoes, onions, and olive oil. Okay, now the other thing that goes in it is 100 milliliters of white wine. Milliliters. I say millimeters? Milliliters. Now this is the wine I'm using. This is a local wine from Valencia. It's called Torre Oria, and this cost me $2.99 in the supermarket. One of the things I do when I use wine with cooking, if I don't like to drink the wine, I won't use it for cooking. I'm not just using any old cheap wine. When I say $2.99, that might sound really cheap, but in Spain, wine is not expensive, so it's not a bad wine. Turn the pan on. We'll put some extra virgin olive oil in. This is a local Spanish one. Again, being in Spain, olive oil is not so expensive as it would be in other countries. So just drizzle some of that in there. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute the peppers, and then we'll add this back to it later. Well, the reason we do this first is because we don't want them to be soggy. We want them to have a bit of a crispy bite to them. So once that warms up, we'll be good to go. In the meantime, I'm going to add salt and pepper to the pork meat. And some freshly cracked black pepper. Now we just want to fry this for a couple of minutes. Because like I say, we don't want to cook it too much, because we're going to add it back to the pan right at the very end. Okay, now we're going to add our pork. We'll put a little bit more olive oil in. Just a tiny bit, like half a teaspoon maybe. And we want to brown the pork meat. All the time stirring. You don't want it to stick to the pan. In fact, I'll put a little bit more olive oil. Now, once the meat's seared, we add the onions first. We don't add the garlic yet because the garlic cooks much quicker than the onions and will start to burn. Okay, so the pork is seared. Now we put the onions. Mix them around. And we'll sweat them down for like a minute, 2 minutes. Okay, these have been cooking for a couple of minutes. Now we add the garlic. Like I say, you can use more garlic than I did. I only used 1 clove because I'm not such a huge fan of garlic. My wife, she'd have put 3 in probably. So we cook that for a minute or 2. Yeah, you can smell the garlic. It actually smells good. I don't mind the smell of garlic. I just don't like the taste of it that much. And when I say the smell, I don't mean somebody's breath. They eat a lot of garlic here in Spain, so very often you'll meet people and they'll talk to you and you'll go like, whoa, that's bad, man. Okay, that's about done now there. Okay, the white wine. The white wine we're using is Chardonnay. And the reason we're using Chardonnay, 100 milliliters, is because Chardonnay pairs very, very well with pork. Now we're going to mix that in, and we're going to let it cook until the alcohol is burned off from the wine. So a couple of minutes, I guess. Okay, so the alcohol's burned off now, and it's time to add the tomato casero. Now, you probably won't be able to buy this in the United States or in the UK. So a really good substitute would be just a can of crushed tomatoes. And if at the end if it tastes a little bit sour, you got to taste these things as you go along. Just add it like half a teaspoon of sugar, and that'll balance out the sourness from the tomatoes. Okay. Another thing I like to do, I like to stick a little bit of water in here and wash it out so I can get everything out of it. There we go. So what we want to do now is just bring this up to the boil. Turn it up. And then we're going to cover and simmer it for about 30 minutes. I mean, the beauty of tender pork is it cooks very quickly. So it's not a meat you've got to cook for hours, you know. Okay, we're coming up to the boil now. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to turn down the heat. If you hear the noise in the background, one of my neighbors is reforming their apartment, so that's why you can hear drills and stuff. Okay, so we're all set. We're going to leave that for 30 minutes, and we're going to come back, taste it, see if we need to add a little bit of sugar. And then we'll add the green peppers to it, and we're pretty much done. Catch you in a little bit. Okay, so it's been cooking for like 30 minutes now. I've been giving stirs every now and again. So now it's time to add back the green pepper. So we just need to heat that up for like a minute. And then we're good to serve. And give it a taste. I've been tasting as we go along as well, by the way. Just so you know. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's give that a minute. While I go get my tapa dish. This is the typical type of tapa dish you're going to find in the bars. The cool thing about this is you can put it in the oven, you can put it in the microwave, you can do anything with it. It's a typical dish you'll find for tapas in Spain. Let's give this a little stir. Just getting some bread. It's an excellent tapa to have with the crusty white bread. In this case, it's called pan de abuela, grandmother's bread. Get it on a plate, I'll show it to you. There you go, pan de abuela. You buy it in the supermarket whole and you slice it in the machine there. Or you can go to the bakery and get it. Bakery will cost you a little bit more. Turn this off. There you have it. Magro con tomate. Absolutely delicious. As you see, it's easy to make. And you can substitute the tomato casero with the can of crushed tomatoes, like I said already. So this, with the crusty bread, perfect tapa for the winter. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. And I catch you in my next video. Bye for now.